It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool, than to open it and remove all doubt. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. In the first place, God made idiots. That was for practice. Then He made school boards. Good friends, good books and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. Patriotism is supporting your country all the time, and your government when it deserves it. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored, than to anything on which it is poured. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Go to heaven for the climate, hell for the company. Suppose you were an idiot, and suppose you were a member of Congress, but I repeat myself. A man who carries a cat by the tail learns something he can learn in no other way. By land, they are not making it anymore. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. I am an old man and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. The reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. It ain't those parts of the Bible that I can't understand that bother me, it is the parts that I do understand. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. The only way to keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. There are basically 2 types of people. People who accomplish things, and people who claim to have accomplished things. The first group is less crowded. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Denial ain't just a river in Egypt. Never pick a fight with people who buy ink by the barrel. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth isn't. All generalizations are false, including this one. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. It usually takes me more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech. Wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80 and gradually approach 18. Part of the secret of a success in life is to eat what you like and let the food fight it out inside. Let us endeavor so to live, so that when we come to die, even the Undertaker will be sorry. But who prays for Satan? Who, in 18 centuries, has had the common humanity to pray for the one sinner that needed it most? Climate is what we expect, weather is what we get. I don't like to commit myself about heaven and hell. You see, I have friends in both places. Golf is a good walk spoiled. Grief can take care of itself, but to get the full value of a joy, you must have somebody to divide it with. God made the idiot for practice, and then he made the school board. When your friends begin to flatter you on how young you look, it's a sure sign you're getting old. Everything human is pathetic. The secret source of humor itself is not joy but sorrow. There is no humor in heaven. It's no wonder that truth is stranger than fiction. Fiction has to make sense. Noise proves nothing. Often a hen who has merely laid an egg cackles as if she laid an asteroid. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times. Thunder is good, thunder is impressive, but it is lightning that does the work. Civilization is the limitless multiplication of unnecessary necessities. It is by the goodness of God that in our country we have those three unspeakably precious things: freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, and the prudence never to practice either of them. A man's character may be learned from the adjectives which he habitually uses in conversation. The patriot, the person who can holler the loudest without knowing what he is hollering about. Cauliflower is nothing but cabbage with a college education. I was seldom able to see an opportunity until it had ceased to be one. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts.